Welcome to our 16th session entitled Why is the Health Department Funding in Limbo? In 2023, our grassroots town hall sent a questionnaire to all candidates for Allegheny County Executive, asking, among other things, what is your plan to adequately fund the Allegheny County Health Department and assure that it carries out its environmental protection mandate aggressively? Sarah Inamorado, the ultimate victor, wrote the following. Currently, the Health Department receives 5% of Clean Air Fund revenue, which comes from fines paid by polluters for violations. This is a perverse incentive for the pay-to-pollute model. We can't continue to allow the Health Department to be funded via fines, as it starts a cycle allowing more pollution and therefore more fines to ensure that ACHD receives more funding. It has been a year since ACHD proposed a fee increase on polluters seeking operating permits, which for existing facilities must be renewed every 5 years. The annual cost for the maintenance permit for a major source of pollution would increase from $8,000 to $55,000, thus meeting more of the costs that such permitting requires without increasing taxes. U.S. Steel, our number one source of pollution, would have to pay $165,000 per year for its permit. For a company that earned $15.64 billion in revenue last year, that should, to put it mildly, be manageable. For smaller sources of pollution, the annual fee would increase from $2,000 to $4,250. The county's Health and Human Services Committee approved the proposal, which requires approval of the county council. So far, there have not been enough council votes for passage. While we await county council approval, people are dying or becoming seriously ill because of the pollution that affects all of us. Last February 21, we lost Catherine E. Thomas, the wife for 57 years of Clairton's tireless activist, Arthur Thomas. 3 weeks later, Clairton resident Johnny Perryman died. Wheelchair-bound Perryman appeared at meetings and rallies addressing air pollution, where he spoke about his doctor's recommendation that he move out of Clairton. Sadly, he didn't have the strength to make the move that might have saved his life. We dedicate this town hall and all that we will continue to do in their memory, in the memories of the thousands of others who have died over the years, who have had their quality of life impaired because of the failure of industry to maintain and upgrade the systems that could better protect all of us. If this were just a health emergency, that would be bad enough. But it also reflects a lack of vision on the part of regional leadership that is squandering the outstanding assets that we possess in virtually every sector, and which, if properly deployed, could chart a healthier and more promising economic future. In a July 12 article, the Wall Street Journal reported that our local officials formed an artificial intelligence strike team to try to position Pittsburgh as a global AI hub. One of the sites that they picked for a data center, which will require huge amounts of power, is a former massive J&L steel mill along the Ohio River in Aliquippa, which once employed more than 13,000 workers. Data centers, according to the journal, cost from hundreds of millions to billions of dollars to build, but rarely need more than 100 to 200 workers to operate. Sound familiar? It should, because the Shell plastic plant in Beaver County cost $6.5 billion to build, including a $1.7 billion subsidy from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It barely employs 600 full-time workers and has become a major source of pollution. At the Energy Summit held earlier today at CMU and attended by President Trump, Governor Shapiro, Senators Dave McCormick, John Fetterman, and many corporate leaders, there was an announcement of up to $90 billion of investments in AI and energy projects in Pennsylvania, many right here in southwestern PA. It seems likely that this will be yet another way for companies and their investors to profit while the workers are left to fight for crumbs. So now to our program. Tonight, we'll hear from two presenters whose research demonstrates the health-related dangers that we face and what could be done to make this region a safer place to live. Our first presenter will be Dr. Deborah A. Gentile, noted allergist and immunologist, who has written extensively on air pollution's relation to asthma and the impact of that disease on our youth. Dr. Gentile will be followed by Dr. Wuya Yu of New York University, a postdoctoral fellow who focuses on cardiovascular and respiratory issues related to air pollution. Dr. Yu will talk about NYU's research on the 2016 closure of the Shenango Coke Works on Neville Island and implications for the U.S. Steel Clairton Coke Works. After the presentations, there will be an opportunity for the county council members who have joined us tonight, and I think there's going to be 4 of them, and if they choose to respond, and that'll be followed by your comments and questions. A reality in our region. We haven't grown, we have shrunk. Once upon a time, Pittsburgh was 675,000 people. And today it's 303,000, I think the last time I looked. Once upon a time, Allegheny County was 2.25 million. It's maybe 1.2 million today. So we need to revitalize this region. And part of the revitalization is if you take a look at younger workers, they are concerned about quality of life. We need the kinds of projects that are going to bring people to this region to stay and to work and to live and to raise families. And we've been going backwards. So hopefully that if we can somehow get our arms around this issue of air pollution, we're not going to close down the Clairton Coke Works, obviously. It's not going to be Shenango, but to make it a better performing company that hasn't neglected maintenance for decades after decades and does the right thing, putting back into our community the kind of investments that should be made. And Matt Mihalik made that point very clearly. I think we have a future.